Okay, this last property is called the power of a product property. And it's one of the last that you're going to learn. And then I promise I'm going to review all of them with you next week. So, power of a product property, not product of a power, power of a product, is similar to the power of a power property. And it's also similar to the distributive property. So, to find a power of a product, you find the power of each factor and multiply. Let me explain, or let me show you with an example. So we're going to do an example with numbers, and then we're also going to do an example with variables. In this example with numbers, you see you have two numbers being multiplied inside the parentheses, and then you have the exponent of 5 on the outside of the parentheses. The numbers inside the parentheses do not already have exponents, so all you really need to do is distribute that exponent of 5 to each of the numbers inside. So I get 3 to the 5th power for the 3, and 2, or excuse me, I wrote that wrong, but that should actually be 2 to the 5th power. I typed it wrong, I should say. Not 3 to the 2nd power. So all I did was to distribute that exponent of 5 to each of the base numbers inside. Another way to think of it, technically you could use the power of a power property and think of it as each number inside having a 1, and you're multiplying that 5 on the outside by the 1s inside. But no matter what, you're still going to get 3 to the 5th power times 2 to the 5th power. So now we can simplify that. We can go ahead and solve it. 3 to the 5th power. I'm going to use a calculator because I don't know what that is. 3 to the power of 5 is 243. Uh-oh, my pen stopped working again. 243. And then 2 to the power of 5 is 32. So then I'm going to multiply those two numbers together. 243 times 32 for a final answer of 7,776. Okay. Now with the example that has variables, again, you're going to do the same thing. When you use the power of a product property, you can either think of it as you're distributing that exponent to everything inside, or you can also think of it as multiplying it by that exponent of 1 that you don't technically see, but it's there. So I need to make sure that I raise the a to the mth power, and then I also need to make sure I raise the b to the mth, or the power of m. Now, that's all I can do. I can't simplify it anymore because I don't know any of those values. So I leave it as an answer with variables.